Yo, what's good? It's none illa. You are now tuned in to another episode of Moment of Knowledge on the Mogul Mined Podcast. What's happening? Today I want to talk about the fact that you owe it to yourself first. You owe it to yourself first. I think we get caught in a loop of just trying to please everybody. And it becomes a lot. And there's always a sense that you owe it to other people. You go above and beyond for scheduling, for convenience of others, not yours. You aim to impress. So if you're somewhere, you do something, you buy something, you invite certain people, you make certain posts that tag certain people, like with the need to impress. You go out your way to shout out certain people. You do things catering to other people as if you owe them. You become slightly successful, so you think you owe people where you're from, or you owe people from your block, or you owe people because of family connections, or whatever the case. But yet, when you're doing hard work, they're nowhere to be found. The deep thing about this is, it's not the first time and it won't be the last time you face this. The scarier part, it won't be the last time that you do it. The problem is, you need to know you owe it to yourself first. Man, when you succeed, before even showing people what you successfully owned and earned and did all that, you need to cherish yourself, man. I don't mean necessarily rewarding yourself, because I'm not big on rewarding myself, but I'm big on acknowledging the fact that I deserve it. I deserve a day off. I owe it to myself to relax. I owe it to myself to spend money on a big purchase or investment because, hey, I worked for it. And it took a while to understand this, because you tend to get to the point where you're like, you know what? I feel selfish. I feel selfish for doing this. I feel selfish for taking time out for myself. But nah, the only problem is that you don't acknowledge yourself and how much you owe to yourself. When you were sacrificing not going out and frustrating others because you weren't going out to party, or you weren't going and doing things on their terms, you didn't help anybody. You hurt yourself more because you became indebted to the false reality that you owe someone else, when in truth, you owe it to yourself. They didn't sacrifice those hours, you did. They didn't make those financial sacrifices, you did. And there's this stigma, especially in the black community. I know it exists in other minority communities, but I'm just gonna speak because I see it in the black community. I also see it in the Mexican communities. I see it in the Asian communities. I just see it in communities across the board, especially in more current generations. The moment you get success, you feel like you have to give those benefits to other people around you who feel entitled. You don't. Realizing that they had the same opportunity you did, without making any sacrifice, is scary. When they complained about going to sleep and you stayed up. When they complained about working extra work over 8 hours and you worked 14, 16-hour days and then came home and still did it. When you took the time to go to the gym or eat right and those around you didn't. You can't feel sorry for those who had the same opportunity and blessings, especially if you tried to work with them to make it happen. The problem is when you succeed and you do all the hard work, then everyone else creeps up like, hey, remember me? And it's not that you ever forgot them, but it just gets to a point to where you need to remember yourself. You owe yourself first. Otherwise, all that hard work goes nowhere. All that effort goes nowhere. And as much as you get in your head and try to justify not owing it to yourself first, it just makes the whole situation worse. Because you don't acknowledge that you're a person that deserves. I know that feeling. I'm still kind of that way. Like, I don't acknowledge, like, hey, when people say good job and stuff, it's hard for me to be like, yeah, it was. Sometimes it's a humble thank you, and I just fall back in a sense of doing more work. What kind of changes that is that I come heavily requested. People ask me for stuff all the time, and I try to help out. But ultimately, I know like the amount of sacrifice and the hard work is what put me in that position. It wasn't someone else giving me a handout. It wasn't someone else telling me the way. The only difference between me and you is that I like literally became semi-emotionless in those regards. I got tired of people telling me how to feel, how to do, what to do, how to be that person, how to be better. Nah, after a while, it's like, all right, thank you, but no. You have to be the same way. I really encourage you to give yourself some love first. You want those pair of shoes? Get them. You worked hard for them all week. Granted, make sure all your bills and stuff are paid, but do it. I appreciate you tuning in. This series can be kind of a lot sometimes, because I understand where you are and I see where you can be. But together we're gonna reach some amazing heights. Y'all know what to do. Make sure you following me on everything at none_illa. And let's push. Let's do this. I'm out.